Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer.
Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only, and just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged.
Okay, it looks like we have some new docs in the Idaho 4 case. Let's just get straight into it because we've been trying to figure out for a minute now what's going to be happening since we knew that there was a sealed meeting that was supposed to take place yesterday, October 8th, and the topic was the representation of Bryan Kohberger. Okay, this one right here from October 2nd is where we found out about the hearing happening. Yesterday, I showed you guys that we had these things that were filed under seal from the case summary, but of course, I wasn't expecting to get anything further than that. We're going to go ahead and open these though, because they should have some sort of information. Notice of filing documents related to closed hearing on 8/10/8 of 24 under seal. Comes now Bryan C. Kohberger by and through his attorneys of record and pursuant to Idaho court administrative rules, hereby files the accompanying documents related to the closed hearing held on 10/8 under seal. So yeah, I really didn't think there was going to be anything specific. Motion for permission to file under seal documents related to the closed hearing. Same thing again. And then we'll open this last one, but it's really just like them approving the seal. Yeah, hereby order that the defendant shall be allowed to file documents under seal relating to the closed hearing. Confidential nature of information contained within the documents. Yeah, this is your normal sealing instructions and approvals. This is where we get into some new information. Now, this is a request for appointment and transfer of case. I don't know exactly what that means. I know that it's talking about the second judicial district judge in the very beginning of it. Again, reaction. So I'm reading this for the first time as I'm reading it to you guys. I know that there was the second judicial judge added to one of the other documents, and I think it was about the representation sealed hearing that happened yesterday. Don't quote me on that. I'm going off memory. But let's go ahead and get started reading this and see what this is all about. Prior to the transfer of this criminal case to this court, the Honorable District Judge Mark Monson, 2nd Judicial District, has been appointed to serve as the resource judge under ICR 12.2D, which was accomplished in Latell County by the opening of a sealed separate civil case, CV 292328. This court seeks to reestablish Judge Monson as the resource judge for this criminal case and requests that the Idaho Supreme Court transfer venue of Latell County case CV 2328 to Ada County. The court further requests that Judge Monson be assigned as an out-of-district resource for the 4th District so that he can be appointed to the resource judge case once it's transferred to Ada County. What in the heck is this civil case? Okay. I don't know. I'm going to have to log in a Pacer and see what I can find from this. But I don't know for right now. By the time I get this out, somebody else might have been able to figure it out, but I can't find it right now. But I will come back to it. Now, it does say that this is a separate civil case, and I just don't understand exactly why they're mentioning the case number in here if it doesn't have anything to do with the Idaho case. I just want to make sure that it actually doesn't have anything to do with the Idaho case, which is why I'm going to do my damnedest to try to figure out exactly what that's all about, and then I'll get back to you guys on it. All right, now let's go to the next document that was posted today. Redacted order governing further criminal proceedings and notice of trial settings. So we should have a date for the trial to start. And remember, when we first saw them talking in front of Judge Hippler, the recommendation was either to start in May of 2025 prior to the summer or to start in September of 2025. So let's see what they came up with. It is hereby ordered as follows. Any prior scheduling order is hereby vacated. The following schedule will govern the pre-trial matters outlined herein and the trial in this case. Voir dire, hopefully I said that right. I have so many issues with that word. And trial setting. Jury questionnaires will be administered approximately blank of 2025. They're not putting the month. That's interesting. The hard word shall commence on July 30th of 2025 at 9 a.m. Well, then I'm going to just assume that the jury questionnaires are going to be like May, June-ish. A jury trial shall commence on August 11th of 2025 and run through November 7th of 2025, inclusive of the penalty phase if necessary. So not May, not September, but August 11th. Okay. Trial will begin each day at 8:30 a.m. and conclude at approximately 3:30 p.m. with a lunch break of approximately 45 minutes Monday through Friday. The parties should be aware that some trial weeks may need to be shortened depending on other obligations of the court. Counsel should have sufficient evidence, witnesses ready to go each day to utilize the full day's trial schedule. A final pretrial conference will be held on May 15th of 2025 at 9 a.m. and continue to May 16th of 2025 if necessary. Earlier status conferences may be requested of the court and or initiated by the court. Motions. Death penalty motions. The state's responses to the defense motions challenging the death penalty are due October 10th of 2024, which is tomorrow. The defense's reply briefs are due October 24th of 2024. A hearing on the motions will be held on November 7th, 2024 at 9 a.m. We previously had a November 7th date, and something else that they also stated in that first hearing was that they were going to try to stick to the schedule as much as possible, and it seems like that's what they're trying to do. Discovery motions. The last day to file motions to compel regarding any known unresolved issues is November 14th of 2024. There's a footnote, and it states, counsel should not wait until this date to file discovery motions if the issue is ripe prior to the deadline. The court will provide additional response/reply and hearing dates for earlier filed motions. Discovery motions should not be delayed once the issue is known. Trial will not be postponed because of a discovery motion that could have been filed earlier. So he's basically telling them ahead of time, I'm not going to play your games. There's not going to be any reason whatsoever to push this back. Get it together or you're just SOL. Responses to these motions are due December 6th, 2024. Replies are due December 20th of 2024. A hearing on the discovery motions will be held on January 23rd, 2025 at 9 a.m. and continue the following morning at 9 a.m. if necessary. Rule 12 ICR motions. All motions governed by ICR 12, including motions to suppress evidence, are due by November 14th of 2024. Responses to those motions are due December 6th of 2024. Replies are due on December 20th of 2024. A hearing on the motions will be held on January 23rd, 2025 at 9 a.m., same as the previous. Motions in limine, which they've been claiming, the state has been claiming since the very beginning that they're going to file when it comes to the IGG information, the biggest fight of this case so far. Yeah, they just want to file something to exclude everything, sort of the way that Don Daniels did. Motions in limine and similar motions notices are due by February 10th of 2025. Responses to those motions are due March 3rd of 2025. Replies are due March 17th of 2025. A hearing on the motions will be held on April 3rd of 2025 at 9 a.m. and continue the following morning at 9 a.m. if necessary. Discovery and expert disclosures. Defendant's discovery deadline is January 9th, 2025. Experts. A list of experts the parties intend to call at trial, including a copy of the experts' reports consistent with ICR 16b7 and a copy of the experts' curriculum, whatever that word is, or background, basically just that big, huge, long piece of paper that comes with all of the expert witnesses that says where they went to school, the programs they were into, if they've ever been published, like articles or any of their works ever been published anywhere, stuff like that. This shall be disclosed to the opposing party as follows. State's guilt phase experts, December 18th of 2024. Defendant's guilt phase experts, January 23rd of 2025. Rebuttal guilt phase experts, February 13th of 2025. State's penalty phase experts, January 27th of 2025. Defendant's penalty phase experts, March 31st of 2025. Rebuttal penalty phase experts, April 28th of 2025. Trial materials. Proposed jury questionnaires shall be simultaneously filed under seal by March 24th of 2025. Objections are due March 31st of 2025. A sealed closed hearing on the proposed jury questionnaires will be held April 6th of 2025. That says the 16th. My bad, guys. Proposed jury instructions and trial briefs shall be filed by April 14th of 2025. Objections and or stipulations to the proposed jury instructions are due by April 21st of 2025. Proposed exhibit list shall be filed and exchanged by April 21st of 2025. The parties must identify exhibits specifically and individually, with each exhibit referenced by the Bates number used during discovery. And there's a second footnote. Exhibits may not be generally described, such as materials disclosed in discovery or crime scene photos, meaning all that boo-boo that we heard during the hearing whenever Mallory got up there and was talking about how he was responsible for gathering all of the surveillance footage and all the data for surveillance, but nothing was categorized, nothing was alphabetized, nothing was organized. Okay, so the judge isn't going to deal with any of that sloppy boo-boo here. I bet Judge probably would have let it get right on by him. Copies of exhibits shall be exchanged by April 21st of 2025. Each exhibit must be affixed with an exhibit number. State shall use red exhibit stickers beginning with S-1. The defense shall use blue stickers beginning with D-1. To expedite trial, each exhibit should be viewed by opposing counsel prior to trial and a determination made as to whether an objection will be lodged against the exhibit and the basis for the objection identified. Meaning, you know what they're going to present, have your game plan done ahead of time so that we don't have to keep putting all this off by y'all having to need a minute and huddle together, because we're not doing that either. On or before May 14th of 2025, the parties shall jointly file a log spreadsheet identifying which exhibits are objected to and the basis of the objection, and those to which there are no objection. Guilty phase lay witness list shall be filed under seal by April 21st of 2025, meaning people like you and me, people that are just regular witnesses that don't have a badge or an affiliation to their name, like Dylan and Bethany. Penalty phase lay witness list shall be filed under seal by May 5th of 2025. The list of witness must identify specific individuals and not merely identify groups of people generally. Is that an issue sometimes where they are just like, oh, old college friends, cousins? Do they really do stuff like that? I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. And that's the end of the documents. So August 11th. Okay, I guess that's whenever we're going to do the thing. And it sounds like they're not going to, or at least this judge is not going to put up with any more delays, any more pushbacks. What's done is done. So I can just go ahead and assume that whatever contract Ann Taylor was handed by the State of the Public Defender's Office was approved and she signed it, or else her name wouldn't be all over the paperwork, and they definitely would not already have the scheduling out for the trial based on the sealed meeting that happened yesterday. What the contract is, how much she's getting paid, maybe we'll find out eventually. Honestly, I don't really care. I just want to get to the facts and the evidence so we can get to justice. Nothing else. Now, I was given a link to a podcast that Nancy Grace posted a few days ago, or maybe it was yesterday. It is the one where she is talking to Steve Goncalves, which is Kaylee Goncalves' father. Now, over on the Crime Online Nancy Grace YouTube page right now, there's like 2 small little snippets of that interview. I have the full link from the podcast that I've been sort of clipping in and editing and commenting on throughout the day on my breaks at work, and now I'm going to finish it up. That was actually the goal right now, but I always check the documents as soon as I get off, because that's about the time the page will update. And lo and behold, we had some documents. New documents come first. Nancy Grace can wait a minute, but now we're going to get right back to it. I want to know what you guys think about the new documents, the trial date. And again, I don't know what that civil case is about. I will do my best to find out, or if another creator's already figured it out or somebody else knows about it, I'll just be like, hey, so-and-so found it and this is what it is. But I don't know. They're saying it's a completely separate thing, and it literally might just be where this whole position for a resource judge even came from. I don't know. We're going to figure all of that out, and whenever we do figure it out, we'll go over the rule that is also being mentioned, but I don't want to do one piece of it and not the other piece of it, because then it just gets confusing. But once we have all the information, then we shall talk about all of the information at one time. But again, let me know what you guys think about the new trial date down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you were not subscribed already. And don't forget to make sure that your notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.